Namaste, Acharya. What is the relevance of the Vedas Karamkand part? As for common human mind, in the massive volume of Vedas, there is a higher chance of missing out the Upanishads. Why it was considered fit to design the body of Vedas in such a way that massive part belongs to that which is non-Upanishadic and a little place for Upanishads.
The
I don't know much about the Vedas, so I thought I could watch this and understand a little bit of its philosophy and just grow in awareness and information about it. So thanks for being here. Let's watch together.
compilation is a testament to the honesty of the compiler. They were not saying we have dropped right from the sky. They are not just giving you the final finished end product. They are revealing to you the entire process. If only the Upanishads are given to you, you will be overawed. You will almost be struck with an inferiority complex. Oh my God, where did this come from? And you will not be able to develop any relationship, any direct relationship with the Upanishads. Not only this, it will become very intuitive for you to think that reaching the heights of the Upanishads is beyond you.
One, what's the Upanishads? And two, I love that he said you're going to have a inferior complex, whereas like you can't do what it's teaching. He even says here
But
that
is beyond you.
that reaching the heights of this is also beyond you. And this is really resonant with my own philosophy in the sense that I believe that each of us has the same capability to reach certain conscious points in our existence within ourselves. This is also deals with talent. If you're wanting to learn or master a skill set, there's no one person that has better requirements than you do. You're a full-fledged human being too. You have the same capability as a Buddha, an Allah, a Christ, a Krishna, and maybe that is blasphemy to certain people, I'm not sure, but I believe that each of these people were human that had a desire, an obsession to understand the human condition and their own human mind, their own human intellect, their own human experience. Just like some obsess over different things. Some want to be a great athlete. Then there's some who want to be great uh, teachers. They have they want to get good at AI. They want to get on the leading edge of AI. They have an obsession. They spend all their waking energy on figuring that out. And there's some people in humanity who took the inner planes, the inner realm. They were a warrior within the inner realm of themselves. And they looked and they discovered and they thought and they contemplated and they felt and they experienced. And I think that every human being, if they want a quality experience here, has to have some desire to go within the inner realm and figure this out. Create and orchestrate an operating manual, a framework, reference points to be at the best place in the human experience. And I don't think any of that is beyond reach for anyone. I believe we're all fully capable. Doesn't matter your caste, your socioeconomic background, your financial status, your environment, your town, your parents. None of that matters. You have innately a spark, a God force within. You're tethered to that source of life. And nothing can stop you except your own conditioning, your own programming, because you believed that you're just limited separate self that isn't capable of greatness, of success.
But when you look at the entire body of the Vedas, what you see is a very human thing. Now, again, I am saying this knowing fully well that the Vedas are not supposed to be talked of as human in their origins. No? But you look at the honesty of the compiler. He didn't hide anything. He said, this is the entire process. This is the entire body of knowledge. And we are presenting everything to you. It's like your grandparents not telling you just the glories of their times, but also their struggles, their inadequacies, their failures. And then revealing to you how the summit came after a series of attempts, struggles, suffering, everything. Therefore, I am saying that when you look at the whole massive compendium, the word that emerges from there is honesty. So much could have been hidden, no? Very easily hidden. There is no need to give all that. Just give the selected excerpts, the best kind of assortment. And the Vedas would have been glorified to an even higher extent. You would have said, look at the Vedas, such brief, precise scriptures containing the highest wisdom. And mind you, it's not as if the entire wisdom part is contained in the Upanishads and the rest of it is scrapped. It's not that way. When you go, for example, to the Devi Sukta or to the Nasdiya Sukta, you see the beginnings of what is going to come very soon. So it's an organic growth. You cannot totally compartmentalize and say the Karma Kand part is just rubbish and the Upanishadic part is just fantastic. In fact, if you go to the early Upanishads, they are not even brief. If you go to Chandogya, if you go to Brihadaranyaka, especially these two, these are quite voluminous. And these are also not as cleanly filtered as the later Upanishads. So there is a lot in the early Upanishads that you can say is not of the same level, not of the same glory as rest of Vedanta. If you pick up Chandogya and juxtapose it with the Ashtavakra Gita or the Bhagavad Gita, the Chandogya doesn't stand a chance. Still, the entirety of it was presented to you. Nothing to hide, nothing to be ashamed of. You please look at everything. Because that's
I think that's extremely beautiful. I feel like this is a great. The Vedas are a great synonym for the human experience, that we show up here with innocence, with a full life, unbounded, deeply enriched, tranquil, rapture-like ecstasy as babies, And then we form thought and language and ego, personal identity. And we get programmed by the other people who were here. They said, this is right, this is wrong, do this, do that. And we have a whole propaganda of programming. And so the Vedas show that the human storyline, the human narrative, is that we do grow. We do evolve. We do have highs and lows. We have to walk through, we have to know what suffering is to know what ecstasy is. And you're supposed to. You're supposed to go through this journey. You're supposed to go through that same evolution. I feel like as children, we're indoctrinated into something. And as adults, it's really doing what Yoda said in Star Wars. Unlearn what you have learned. Not too bad at it, right? But we have to unlearn what we've learned. I think that's part of being a responsible adult, is living life according to your own principles, according to your own spiritual process. And none of us get free passes. All of us have to go into the never-ending pits of despair, of suffering, of torment, and to realize that it's always been us that's tormented ourselves, that darkness is a true illusion. It doesn't exist. You're light. Life is light. It's all light. It's all illusion. So the Maya presented to you that you've been taking in, the darkness is a complete illusion. It's a complete facade. But we've made it so real. We've made our monsters and our demons and the darkness real. And most of us don't go without a day suffering from those illusionary demons, those illusionary monsters on the brink of coming into our life because something is going to happen. This is the ego playing tricks on you, my friend. And I love that the Vedas show this messy process. At least it sounds like. It's not polished where it just shows the supreme light. It shows the process. That's pretty cool.
The human process, please see.
Crazy that he uses words that I use right after I say them. This happens all the time when I react to AP.
Nothing to hide, nothing to be ashamed of. You please look at everything. Because that's the human process, please see.
He literally just said what I said. It took me 5 minutes to say. He said it in 2 seconds. The Vedas explain the human process.
It is through struggles, tribulations, failures,
Woo!
that something of glory finally emerges.
Exactly. That you were the light the entire time. But you have to figure that out for yourself. And am I doing that all the time? No. I fall into pitfalls of misery and despair and monsters and let my imagination play tricks on me. That's why I work every day, to try to continue evolving so that I can dance in the light, and only the light, baby. One day at a time, one step at a time. But I got to put in the focus, the deliberate intent.
The Vedas are clearly disclosing to you how many times they have stumbled. That's fine.
And it's okay if you've stumbled a million times too, my friend. It is never too late. That's the beautiful thing about life. It's never too late. Usually every stumbling block is a building block to take you to those greater heights. We have to framework a life like this, that everything, it's like the Bible, everything that happens to you, you never lose faith. You never lose faith. You can go through hell, torture. Everything can be stripped away from you, but you do not lose faith in the light, the faith in the true essence.
Everything has been given. And it is a matter of trust.
Faith is trust. Trust is faith. Exactly what I'm saying here. So cool. It's all about faith. All about faith. All about trust. All the suffering, all the, hey, everything's going good. Oh, there's a valley here. We don't have to suffer through this valley. It's the same way when we have an intention, when every suffering has an intention. Man, if you look at your lives and those bad and terrible things that happen to you, thank God they happened to you. Thank God. They were required. This is a cool thing about being built as a human. Carl Jung calls it the golden shadow, where you're tossed into the abyss of despair and you have to forge golden armor down into the abyss of despair, and you come back with that golden armor. He calls it the golden shadow. And it's true. Every shadow has a component of victory. 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 Victory is always available in life. It's always right there. But we have to do the work. There's a yin and yang component to life. Human body is a great metaphor for it, because to get into like elite, crazy, incredible, superhuman strength or physique, it takes unrelenting pain. Unrelenting pain. It hurts. It hurts. But that's what's required to forge yourself into a beautiful super body. The mind is no different. We have to go through different growing pains. The manure of life helps you grow and blossom into better places. I promise you. You must have a trust, a faith that what you went through and what you're going through has a divine purpose, a divine orchestration that is serving your best interest. And from your limited vantage point, don't convince yourself that what happened is bad, because you do not know. And I believe that everything that happens in my life is for good, even if it sucks in the moment. That's kind of cool. So when something bad happens to you, good. If that person cut you in traffic, good. If that person cussed you out, good. If you lost your job, good. If you got a divorce, good. If you broke your leg, good. If you got in a car wreck, good. They're all fodder, manure for life, to up level, to get you to the next level. Oftentimes when we fall on our knees, we have two choices: to stay there stuck forever, playing a victim, immobilized, or to get back up again and keep trying. And I promise you, my friends, those who keep trying will win. You'll win in peace in your mind. You'll win in the victories out here in the game of life. I'm going to end the video there because I think it's a good stopping point. Thank you so much to AP for giving us a good introduction to the Vedas and the sloppiness that's within them, which is the beauty of life. Your own sloppiness is the beauty of your life because it's there as training wheels. Life requires training wheels and trials and errors. And you cannot be afraid to try. You're going to make mistakes. Mistakes are beautiful because it shows that you are trying. And as long as you better yourself from that trial, you win. You are always victorious, my friend. And that is always inevitable unless you stay stuck on your knees, immobilized, because you let your ego build a reality, orchestrate a reality that was based on fear, phobia, trepidation, and depression. None of that's real, my friend. Darkness is an illusion. I love you guys. Thank you so much for checking me out. Be sure to like. Please sure to comment. That helps push the video out to others. And please join the community if you have not already by liking the page. Appreciate you guys following the page. I'll talk to you soon. Take care and